It'll be Black Friday and a soccer match to die for. England and the United States in Group B. It's us versus the Three Lions in just a couple of days' time. Now, we've seen this World Cup matchup twice before. Initially, 1950, we secured a shock 1-0 victory over the Three Lions with Joe Getjin's infamous goal. Then in 2010, a 1-1 draw. England goalkeeper Rob Green's howler on Clint Dempsey's hopeful strike there. American fans will remember that one for sure. All right, to get us ready for England and the United States, our guy James Benge joining us here on CBS Sports HQ. Look, the graphic, James, we're going to show is how England will be a threat to the United States. But my question to you is, if you're an American soccer fan, what should I be worried about most when going up against this England starting 11?
Look, Tommy, I don't want to seem arrogant. Sometimes they say that the English footballing public are a bit arrogant, but as a US fan at the moment, you should probably be scared of pretty much everything England have. They looked a really complete team. I know it was only against Iran, but it was a comprehensive, assertive performance when Gareth Southgate let them play a bit more of their natural game. Dangerous width in the likes of Saka, Sterling, Kane, dominant midfield. Jude Bellingham looks like the missing piece for England. The defence, they might give up some chances, maybe to the US, but England look like they can dominate possession. They're great at set pieces, and they've got game winners coming off the bench. I am feeling, as an Englishman, but I would be feeling really confident about this England team going into this game. And the USA are in for a tough test, but, as you were saying that earlier, they've seen off some good England teams in the past, but this might be the best they've faced yet.
Objectively, I think everything you laid out is correct, and I think rightly so when we get to the pick and the odds that the United States will be underdogs. However, James, we have seen the dogs be barking here early on in the World Cup. Just ask Germany, just ask Argentina. So what are the keys for the United States and Greg Berhalter's side to come away with a result and perhaps even 3 points, you think?
So I think the biggest thing really in terms of stopping England getting into their passing game is how do you limit the effectiveness of Harry Kane? He didn't even score on Monday, and we now know he's going to be fit, we expect, for Friday's game. He didn't score, but he was so important in terms of making space for others, dropping in. And really one big thing in terms of protecting that back four is Tyler Adams making sure either he picks up Kane, or when one of the centre-backs goes, he's filling the space, because Saka and Sterling and whoever else is playing Mount, they'll be really looking to attack that space. So vital for Adams to protect the back four. Kind of in possession, if the US are going to have a chance, and I was talking about England's defensive weaknesses there, I think they're really going to come down the left flank. We saw Harry Maguire was much better for England than he has been for Manchester United, and you could say the same thing about Luke Shaw as well, but they are the weak point. England have only kept 2 clean sheets in 2022 in all competitions. So, what questions can someone like Tim Ware, who has an awful lot of pace, ask of that relative weakness in the England backline? But look, the biggest one in terms of keeping it tight, keeping the US in the game, it's going to be the set pieces. England are so effective when it comes to dead ball situations. You have players like Kieran Trippier who can score the free kicks, but also, outstanding delivery. Harry Maguire, he might be one of the best attacking options in the tournament, even though he's supposedly a centre-back, because he's so utterly dominant when the ball comes in the box. We saw that for Saka's first goal. And of course, then they still have the likes of Kane, Stones, maybe someone like Dyer when he enters the fray, Declan Rice as well. So if you're going to stay in this game and give yourself that puncher's chance on the counter through Pulisic, through Weah, you've got to make sure you're not giving up unnecessary corners and unnecessary free kicks in your own third of the pitch. If Berhalter does that, the US have got a chance, a puncher's chance. But as you said, we've seen with Saudi Arabia and Japan that big teams can be upset in this competition.
James, the way you've been talking and referencing Harry Kane, it sounds like from what you're hearing, everything's okay with Kane's ankle heading into Friday's fixture?
Yeah, Jordan Pickford, speaking to the media in Qatar today, said he seems just about fine. The other bit of team news as well, Kyle Walker back in contention as well. That's a big boost, because I think there were fears he'd missed the whole group stage. Yeah, Kane's ankles have been a bit of an issue, but he seems to have come through unscathed. So it's only James Maddison missing, we expect, from the squad. So plenty of options, plenty of attacking talent, and Kane is really the one to knit it together and bring the best out of those around him. So it's looking good from an England perspective, I have to say.
Okay, because there weren't many scares from that match with Iran, but the Harry Kane injury certainly giving a little bit of pause heading into the next fixture. All right, as it stands, and as I referenced here, you guys are going to be heavy favorites. We're going to be big underdogs. What's your official pick here for Friday's play?
Look, I don't want to spoil people's Thanksgiving. I know this is an exciting time, a special time out in the States. I'm going to say 3-0 to England. I think they're a much better team than the US, and they seem like a team that's in the mood to show it. So, go on. 3-1 to England. I'll let you guys have a goal. Oh,
and who's going to goal come? Is it going to be Pulisic? Is it going to be Weah? Could it be Josh Sargent? I mean, if you're being so generous by giving us something to be thankful for, James, who do you think is going to score for USMNT then?
I mean, he's been chasing it, and I know it means a lot to him. Yunus Musa, really strong player in midfield. I thought he was excellent in a good performance against Wales. So I'll give it to Yunus Musa. He deserves his first goal.
All right, James, certainly appreciate it. James Benge with a 3-1, originally 3-0 result, but being thankful for that. All right, James, certainly appreciate it, my man. The In Soccer We Trust podcast, it is Jimmy Conrad, Charlie Davies, and Heath Pearson. Shout out to our guy JC in Doha in Qatar covering the World Cup. The guys will have you covered, of course, with everything heading into USA, England in just 2 days' time.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.